Hi guys, good morning. This is Dan. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your support. I greatly appreciate it. This is the daily forecast. It is a broad spectrum reading for all signs for anyone who sees this video. It's originally created for Tuesday, May 11th, but if you're seeing it on a date that's not Tuesday, May 11th, it's fine. You may still be able to use it. It may apply to your life. I do speak in broad spectrum terms so that it matches up with, a bunch of different situations. You have to figure out where it best fits in your life. If you're interested in further supporting the channel, please hit the thumbs up button or subscribe to the channel. I would greatly appreciate it. Hit the notification bell so you get notified when I go live. And pull down the drop-down menu of this video or any of my daily videos, and it shows you all of my social media stuff through my Linktree link that's in the video description, how to book a private reading and where to pay for it, and also things that you should keep in mind when utilizing any of my readings or when watching my readings, just sort of the mindset that I want you to have while you're watching my videos. So please check that out, and if you have any questions, you can direct them to me at the Facebook business page. So this is the daily forecast. Let's see what the cards want us to know today. Okay, so we have the Five of Pentacles. Now, I think that some of this is about the confusion of that Seven of Cups that we saw on Sunday's reading. For those of you that don't know what I'm referencing, there's a reading that I do every Sunday. For those of you that are new, that will show up and populate on the bottom left-hand corner of the screen after this video is over. That shows what I call the underpinning energy. It's like a weekly predictive for what's going to be kind of we're going to be experiencing. Yesterday, we saw the Ten of Cups, which is an extremely positive card. The Five of Pentacles is a really downtrodden, setback card. It's turmoil, upset, loss. Look at it. We've got a struggling family out in the snow, kind of passing by a church. They're not a happy lot, right? They haven't given up hope, certainly. And fives to me are about transition. So it's never, insurmountable or unchangeable, whatever this situation may be for you. But it is this sort of, I would say, focus or attention being paid to where we've been wronged, where things are not right, where things are unsettled, where things are uncomfortable. And yesterday was all about choosing something different, which would have been where things were positive, where there was growth, where there was availability and emotional freedom. And today it's like we're back into this sort of doldrums of feeling upset, downtrodden, working hard towards a goal or towards something that we need. That would also be the Five of Pentacles. Ultimately, we are in movement. We're moving from one situation, which may more than likely be uncomfortable or unsettling for us, towards ideally something better. But we may not know it, how long it may take, how much work it's going to take to get there. That can kind of also be a little bit daunting with this Five of Pentacles energy. Ultimately, like I said, fives are about transition, so you just kind of have to roll with it and trust. The Seven of Cups underneath this, though, that's that sort of multitude of emotions that we're dealing with, where yesterday we're on a high, today we might be on a low. And the Seven of Cups is underneath these cards, kind of offering us up all of these emotional options from which to choose that can get quite confusing, because we're like, well, shit, I felt great yesterday. Today I don't feel so good. I don't understand what's going on. And I would say this: we can still always choose our perspective. Yes, there is situations that don't work out in our favor, or that we have to work harder against, or we have to put in extra effort, or work to change these situations. But they're not necessarily bad, right? Ultimately, they teach us who we are. They show us where our strengths lie. They show us our tenacity. They introduce us to our ability to adapt. They introduce us to our ability to heal, right? So ultimately, like a Five of Pentacles, which would be a setback of a financial nature, quite possibly, or of a material nature, where something's not quite working out the way that we want. But ultimately, that shows us how to pivot, how to change, how to shift, how to transition, how to, even if we have to, how to struggle through something that's uncomfortable. But ultimately, we will get through it. We just have to have that patience. So I was surprised to see the Ten of Cups yesterday, right? Because it was so opposite of what the Seven of Cups is about. Seven of Cups is definitely emotional confusion. The Ten of Cups is about emotional abundance and freedom, happiness, all of that. And I was like, what the heck is going on? So we might be feeling, and then we see this following that, which to me, it's got this up, down kind of roller coaster feel of the cards. I had a feeling we were going to get a card today that was not sort of the best. And I think some of that has to do with the confusion, the emotional upheaval, the which way do I feel, which place do I focus, how, this Five of Pentacles could be us being a bit critical about where we're at in our life materially, right? So like, is our house exactly the way we want it? Is our job exactly the way we want it? And those things might be weighing on our attention a little bit more today, where we're not feeling it, or it's not coming together as quite well. Gratitude might be harder to come by, right? We might feel like we're struggling, or there's also a little bit of a victim energy to this Five of Pentacles, right? That these people are a victim not only to their situation, but also to the environment around them, that snowstorm that they're walking through. And indeed, they are affected by it, right? But they're not allowing it to stop them. They're still moving towards something greater, something better. And we need to keep that focus as we do that. Remember, like last week's stone for the week was focus. I think we're still learning and finessing our focus with these topsy-turvy cards that are so sort of polar opposite. But the reason why I'm okay with the polar opposite of the nature of the cards is because we do have that Seven of Cups underneath all of this, which would indicate this kind of like all over the board, what the fuck is going on kind of feeling. Now, the Three of Pentacles is our midweek card. So seeing also this Five of Pentacles starts to open the door to that Pentacles energy, because this is Tuesday's reading. We should be shifting towards that Three of Pentacles by Wednesday, at the latest Thursday for most of you. And that's always a steadying card. Like I said, it could mean the mind, body, spirit connection for some of you coming in line and working together collaboratively and successfully to create new avenues and new opportunities for yourself. This Five of Pentacles, this setback, whatever it may be for you in your life, something that's not working out in your favor, that might be a right pisser, that might piss you off, or upset you, make you sad, maybe it's a relationship that's not going your way. It's an unresolved situation in your life that's not, feeling like it as it should be, right? Well, the idea of shoulding on yourself, I had a great teacher that always told me, don't should on yourself. Should is always somebody else's information, right? Like if you should do that, that's either, our parents' voices in our head saying you should be doing this, or our partner's voice, or society's voice in our head telling us what we should or shouldn't do. And that's not necessarily a good thing. What we need to do is we need to make sure that we're taking the best care of ourselves, that we're being kind to ourselves through all of this. Remember, this week's stone is that stone called give, right? And so if you need help, if you need just compassion as you work your way through some of the things that you're feeling, contemplating, choosing right now, give yourself that room, that time to readjust your relationship to whatever it is that you may be dealing with. All right, so, and I mean that readjustment in a more positive way. We can look at these situations for what they are. Yes, they might be hard. Yes, they can be setbacks that we have to face and deal with. But we also need to remind ourselves that we have the strength and the ability and the wherewithal to continue to move through them, even in the face of adversity. So the card from the Botanical Oracle is the Trout Lily. I love lilies just in general. I think that they're a great flower. I don't know why, but I'm always drawn to stargazers. They're probably one of my favorite flowers of all flowers. It's just something about them that fascinates me. But lilies also, I think, I believe they kind of grow in sort of watery places. If I'm not mistaken, I feel like they can, or that they need a lot of water. Again, I'm going to call upon my good girl Darlene to give me insight on this, but I have this picture of sort of lilies kind of being a little bit in need of like a lot of fair amount of moisture, and I could be wrong about that, but it's where my mind is taking me, and the reason why I'm saying that is because of this cups energy that we're dealing with. We see the 7 of cups underneath this. We also had the 10 of cups yesterday. These lilies want to sort of bloom and grow forth, right? They want to come about and show us their beauty. There is a little bit of a sadness, a droop to these flowers, right? That would be the 5 of Pentacles energy. But ultimately, yesterday's word was growth, and this word this morning is patience. So having patience with ourselves or with the situations that we may have dealt with or are in the midst of that are challenging is going to be important for us today. And again, that word patience also brings me back to that stone that we saw for the week, which is this idea of give. What can we give to ourselves to help ourselves through any adversity, challenges, or situations that aren't where we exactly want them to be? Well, we need to do the work, right? We need to dig in like this family is and move ourselves towards something better and believe that we can get there. Give ourselves that credit and that belief in ourselves, but also be patient with ourselves and with, say, situations around us. My feeling with this is that we don't want to engage in ways that are off-center, wrong, too emotionally charged, where that confusion from the 7 of Cups, if we are experiencing it, that emotional confusion could cause us to make the wrong decision or a potentially worse decision within a situation that's already a struggle for us. Does that make sense? So this idea of patience is about slowing it down, being in the present moment, even if the present moment is slightly uncomfortable or not exactly where we want to be, and know that we will be able to have the strength and the intelligence to move ourselves through it. Let's get the grounding stone. I almost feel like this lily is telling me, and I don't know why I keep going to this need for water with this lily. I almost go to like this swamp place with this lily. I don't know about this particular lily. If it grows in a swamp, I'm going to shit my pants. But I feel like we need the brack and the mire of the watery confusion of the 7 of Cups to feed the patience that this plant requires so that it can actually bloom and grow and understand itself. That's like the sort of what the message is, even through the adversity of the 5 of Pentacles. So sometimes the things that we want to avoid, or that we would, that make us uncomfortable, are actually the very things that teach us who we are and how we can become even better versions of ourselves. I hope that makes sense. Here is the grounding stone on carnelian, similar to that give. The word is miracle. For those of you that are really struggling, if you're really feeling this 5 of Pentacles energy, where you're feeling like, I can't get through this sucks, it's just one thing after another, that's definitely 5 of Pentacles energy too. Know that it will change. Know that miracles will come. Know that you are a miracle. Ground in that. The fact that you've made it this far in your life, and everything that you've been through and everything that you've done, when you're in the moment, or at least I'm only speaking from my own experience in regards to this, but generally when I'm struggling through a moment and I'm in that moment as best as I can be, I'm freaking out, right? I can't do it. Oh my God, what am I going to do if this happens? What am I going to do if that happens? Usually without fail, I've always been okay. And I've always looked back on those moments and been like, oh, wow, okay, I understand why I had to go through that so that I could be here. And sometimes when I'm approaching it from a more clearer perspective, with a little bit more patience, with a little bit more compassion towards myself, I'm able to see that, all of those things actually served a purpose in educating me, in growing me, in evolving me in a way that allows me to be more of a miracle than I was the day prior. Does that make sense? So understand that sometimes some of these things may be the very changes or shifts or challenges that we need to turn us into the miracles that we are. That is your forecast for the day. I know it's a little bit Pollyanna there, but I really think that this is a beautiful thing, and that you just need to move through it and trust yourself, trust your higher understanding, and be patient with yourself. Be kind to yourself. Enjoy your day. I would look forward to seeing you guys tomorrow. Please hit the thumbs up button if you enjoyed the video and subscribe to the channel. And I look forward to seeing how this energy builds. Remember, we have that beautiful Three of Pentacles coming, so things will even out and begin to get more steady and collaborative. Again, have a wonderful day, you guys, and focus on the miracle that is you. Take care. Bye-bye.